Hello everyone. I just came back from My Hero Academia 2 Heroes, and I am here to review it. I just had to say All Might's quote there. Now, this movie happens to take place in between seasons 2 and 3 of My Hero Academia, so if you're not familiar with the series, you might want to do some catching up before you see it. But I will say, for a fan of the series, it's an absolute must-watch. As for non-fans, I think there's something they could get out of it too, especially if they're big fans of the superhero genre. So the movie is about All Might and Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku, as they head over to Island, a floating island that's a quirk research facility for thousands of scientists all around the world. Why are they going there? Well, it's because All Might wants to meet a good friend of his, David Shield, who was his sidekick back when he was training in America. And Deku gets to meet his daughter Melissa Shield, who aspires to be a scientist just like her dad. However, when a mysterious terrorist group takes over the island raid style, it's up to Deku, All Might, and a bunch of his friends that come to the island to save everyone and defeat the villain. That's basically the story, and without spoiling anything, it's nothing truly special as far as movie premises go. I mean, it's basically the raid mixed with My Hero Academia, but it gets the job done. But the premise isn't what makes the film work. It's the execution that makes it work. And the execution is, without a doubt, definitely great. Now, the things that work about the film are, of course, the characters. Deku and All Might's relationship is very well handled here. I love how they interact with each other. I love how trusting they are of one another. I like how they recaptured their camaraderie from the show. Also, other characters like Ochako, Bakugo, Todoroki, Kirishima, Yaoyorozu, Jiro, a bunch of characters that we love from the original series come back. And some get a lot to do in the plot, others not so much. Some like Sero, Tokoyami, Ashido, and Asui feel like they're just thrown in there for the sake of fan service. But for ones that actually do get to contribute, like some of the other ones I just mentioned, they make it so that Deku and All Might don't get all the glory. Even though they do get to take down the final villain, they actually do help out in the actual plot of the movie. So it doesn't feel like they were just thrown in there just so fans can say, oh, I recognize that character, or oh, I recognize you. It feels like they were incorporated well into it. Not only that, but the new characters of the film are really fun too. David Shield is, he at first seems like a good best friend to All Might, but there's a certain plot twist that happens that makes you feel both sympathy and a lot of mixed feelings about him. And also, Melissa Shield, other than being extremely cute, happens to also have a very good relationship with Deku throughout the film. And she also has her own sympathetic qualities and badass moments that make me really like her. So I feel that both of the Shield family members are handled well here. Unfortunately, there are a few missteps with the film. Even though as a big My Hero Academia fan myself, even I can say that there are some missteps. First of all, the villain of the film just isn't very interesting. Basically, he's this guy named Wolfram who takes over the island and has a lot of mysterious things about him that really would go into plot spoilers. But I will give kudos to his voice actor, Keith Silverstein, that he does do a good job with his performance. But there's really nothing to Wolfram, and he's not very interesting as a villain in comparison to villains from the show like Shigaraki or Hero Killer Stain or All for One. He's just not as interesting, so to speak. But I will say it feels like Bones just designed him because they needed someone for All Might and Deku to fight in the final battle. That being said, the final battle that they do have is very, very fun to watch. It's flashy, it's creative, it's full of great moments. And Bones really puts some of their best animation to date into that fight. You know when a movie is so good that even when Mineta and Kaminari show up, I thought I'd dread every joke they'd make, but they were hilarious throughout the film. It's like a completely different writer handled those two, and they're actually really, really funny in this movie. I never thought I'd say that about Mineta of all characters, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, My Hero Academia 2 Heroes is a must-watch for fans, and for non-fans I'd say check it out too. But only if you also see My Hero Academia, because it really is a plus ultra anime. See what I did there? My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. I give it a 9 out of 10. See you next time.